Alrighty, folks, we are back. Time to pick up with some more of the Pokemon White Normal Monolocke. And if y'all recall, last time we managed to finish up the 4th gym, and it was scary. And we did 2 whole Charon fights because, and I'm not the first person to make this observation, this game has too many rival battles. And they're really poorly spaced. I swear they get at least 1 rival battle in between every single gym. Welcome to the stream, Lastborn. But yeah. We managed to clear that, and we cleared the way to Driftvale Drawbridge, which means we have access to feathers, so I was able to just go ahead and fully EV train all of the Pokemon. Thank you for the hydrate. Of course, we have more tasks ahead of us, but I don't think we have anything too crazy. So this is the drawbridge where I collected a whole bunch of feathers. Also, if you're ever doing a Nuzlocke of Pokemon Black and White, this is an interesting location because I'm pretty sure Ducklet... Oh wait, never mind. Here I thought that Ducklet was a pretty common encounter, but no. Well, if you're ever doing a run in this game, Ducklet is your encounter here. Ducklet is the only Pokemon that spawns on this bridge. And I gotta say, I'm kinda sick of looking at this bridge because I've been spending all of my time here in my fighting monolocke. Because in my fighting monolocke, I have to manually collect these feathers. But yeah, like I said, thanks to this, we were able to completely legitimately farm 999 of every single type of wing. Except Pretty Wing. I don't think we got that many of those. Which was, you know, just kinda lucky. So, Pretty Wings are feathers whose only purpose is to be sold for a small amount of money. They're basically useless. It does mean that you can infinitely farm items here as well. Like, infinitely farm. Why am I stopping for these? I'm sorry, I've trained my brain to track those down because I need them in my other run. Anyway, this is Clay, he's the gym leader, and he's ticked off because he's so incompetent that he couldn't make a phone call while trying to hold Team Plasma, and he didn't think to just let it go to voicemail and he would call back in, you know, half an hour once they had secured the Team Plasma folks. So we're going to talk to a few people. Because there are a decent number of handy items scattered around this town. So this guy can give us the shell bell. Oh, absolutely not. You know what would be absolutely terrible? If I somehow managed to mash through this and accidentally traded my Minccino. So this guy gives us one of the few vaguely useful held items that you can get in this game. Oh! One other thing that I want to mention. Y'all may recall that during the electric gym, I had some trouble dealing with the Emolgas, especially since after I paralyzed one, the pacing of them meant that I just couldn't paralyze the other. I realized after the fact that there is a way to deal with that. Sorry, give me a sec. I want to see what items are on who. There is a way that I think I could have dealt with that. And that would be to have given Audino the Macho Brace. I think that with the Macho Brace, Audino would have actually undersped even the paralyzed Emolga, allowing her to get in a cheeky paralysis. Luckily, we managed to make it through, but had I thought about that before, it would have been very helpful. Anyway, how many Pokemon have we encountered? I want to know how close we are to... Okay, 8 more Pokemon seen, and we'll be able to get the Shell Bell. Also, 18 more seen, and we'll be able to get the... whatchamacallit. We'll be able to get the TM for Protect. What do you sell? Welcome to the stream, Rafkin. The only one of these that'll actually help us at any point is the Dusk Ball. That's useless. Apparently we get an expert belt here somewhere, but I don't know where. That guy is a trainer. He's one of the few trainers that you can battle in a town. And I can't recall if there's a good reason to battle him. This is actually a really good deal. If you're ever going through this game, this is a great place to stock up on healing items, especially since not long after this, you go through a cave that can be kind of a pain to... Okay, once I hit level 30, that guy should give me the expert belt, I think. After you clear this town... she wants to see something that knows Struggle Bug, and I can't teach that to any of my Pokemon. I think you can, like, save Scum with her, but it's not a huge deal. I'm not gonna talk to that guy, because I don't think he wants to battle, but I'm prepared to be wrong. So, yeah. Then up here is the gym. We can't go in yet because we have to do story stuff. And up here is the library, weirdly enough. Yeah, they've got like one in every Pokemon region, so... So yeah, after we've cleared this town, we'll be able to progress along this particular route and enter Chargestone Cave. And if you're ever doing a Nuzlocke, Chargestone Cave is a bit of a gauntlet because there are a lot of trainers that you kind of want to dodge in order to manage your XP. And if you don't manage to dodge them successfully, well, if you manage to dodge them successfully once, you really don't want to back all the way out and have to come back in. So you kind of want to go fully stocked and just not need to come out of the cave at any point after you go in. Anyway, this is cold storage. And this guy gives us a really solid held item. Rocky Helmet is a good one to give to anything that is physically bulky and you'll be pivoting in to take physical hits a lot. Alright. So the question is, do we want to go straight into Driftvale, or do we want to go up to Route 6 and get our encounter? And I think I'll go ahead and head up to Route 6. Especially since Burb can learn Taunt. So we're actually going to be doing a little bit of scouting here. Because the Pokemon that we can encounter on Route 6 is another one with multiple abilities. One of which is better than the other for this particular run. And I don't know why I'm saving, because if we get the wrong one here, we just have to leave. So, I've thought about it a good bit, and we're going for... So the Pokemon we're going to try for... That's just a straight up shiny Carablast. Okay, well we can't use it, but you know what? I'll catch it. Catch it anyway. Just... okay then. So obviously that doesn't count. That's just a random shiny that we found, and, well, I don't find those often enough to just ignore it. So now we're going to try for our actual encounter. So this is a normal Carablast. What? I swear I've gotten more shinies while streaming than I have in the entirety of the rest of the time I've played Pokemon. This isn't the most common thing on this route, by the way. It's only like... it's only like 2/3 as common as what we're looking for. There we go, deerling. For the record, I am going to cheat and change the form of whatever deerling we get, because, well, I like summer form the best. Admittedly, it's a bit of a toss-up as to which form of Sawsbuck I want, but summer form is probably my favorite deerling. Though, spring and autumn are very nice, I won't claim otherwise. Anyway, it's level 24, which is sort of less than ideal. Because I kind of like the option to choose between jump kick and double kick in its moveset, but anyway. Yeah, so it went for Leech Seed, no surprises there. Time to find out what ability it has. Ooh, crit. Okay. Okay, it has Sap Sipper. That's what we were hoping for. My mouse was hovering over Run instead of Pokemon right there. That could have gone badly. Also, I apologize for the late start. I got distracted playing Binding of Isaac. I wish I had a good reason for being late, but no, it's just that I was playing Binding of Isaac and didn't manage my time all that well. Now, for my genius name here, I think we'll go with that. Alright, that is Team Edition number 6. We finally have a full team of normal types. We'll probably spend a good bit of time with only 5 of our 6 Pokemon on the team, just because otherwise we're going to wind up with situations where we need HMs that we don't actively have, and that's less than ideal. Okay, we are going to save. Then we're going to take a look at Deerling, and I'm going to rapidly EV train it using feathers. See, there was very little reason for me to give myself all of those feathers, because in reality, I'm probably rarely going to use them. I'm just going to open up the file elsewhere. Okay, so let's see. Minus defense plus special attack isn't ideal, but at least it's not minus attack or speed. Oh my, that's an... Really? Guys, these are some of the worst IVs I've seen on any Pokemon ever, and I'm not exaggerating. What is with our team this run? We've got Dog with 79 total, Bird with 73 total, Sheep with 70 total. Otter has 105. Otter is technically the powerhouse of the team. Chinchilla manages to scrape above 80 with 84, and then Deer has a stunningly awful IV total of 65. 65 out of 136 possible. Wait, nope, more than that. Sorry, out of 186 possible. That is just barely above 30% of the total possible. That is abysmal. Like, that is truly terrible. Anyway, not much to figure out here. We're going all in on attack and speed because, well, frankly, we need this thing to be a speedy attacker, and its stats by themselves aren't going to accomplish that. I guess I'll stick the remaining 4 in defense, try and patch that up to whatever small extent I can. Fun thing is that he has max power hidden power and 70 base power fighting. Which most of our team doesn't have anything nearly that good. But, you know, it'd be kind of nice to have that on, say, a special attacker. And I know, obviously, we have that plus special attack nature, but it's the same issue that we had with Burb. The base stat difference just makes it nonsensical to invest in special attack. Alright. Oh. And for the form, we're gonna go ahead and switch to summer. And if I feel like changing the form on Deer, I will. Because it has no mechanical impact other than gaining access to a free gift deerling that I will never collect anyway. There's a person who will give you deerling with its hidden ability if you show him every seasonal form of deerling. Regardless. Oh, hang on. I just realized I forgot to level deerling up as well. Let's try that again. So, with all that being said, we luckily were able to get Deerling at a level where it still knows Leech Seed, which is definitely one of its best. Oh my gosh, I forgot to max out Friendship too. Hang on. Alright. We got Deerling at a level where it knows Leech Seed, which is a really handy support move that we would have had to reteach by move reminder if we had gotten Deerling later. It would have been a pain. Okay. Wait. Where is my summer form? Hold up, I need to do some Googling. I really don't know why my game is convinced that it's spring right now, anyway. If anything, I should be forced into autumn form Deerling. So, as it turns out, its form varies with what season the game senses when it's loaded in. Yeah, okay. So the game checks what season it's seeing. Ah, well. I like spring form, it's just that if I had to choose just one, I think summer form would be my preference. But with that said, I actually didn't realize that you could get any Deerling form just by, in this generation, just by, whatchamacallit. Just by having time pass. In later generations, it's dependent on what it is when you catch it. And for most of those, only spring form Deerling was even available. In the current generation of Pokemon, it depends on what area you catch it, which is at least an improvement. Anyway, let's teach that thing some moves. So, taking a look at its move tutor moves, obviously we're going to want to teach it Return. Return is obviously kind of a staple of my entire team. It's just the most reliable normal type move we have. So, the reason I went with Sap Sipper is that it gives us a grass-type immunity, and while we don't really struggle with grass Pokemon, on top of the grass-type immunity, we get an attack boost. At least I'm assuming it's an immunity in this generation. Yes, okay. At least according to Cerebi. With that in mind, we could teach Thunder Wave or Work Up, but I think we'll just leave it as is for now. Jump Kick is also a handy thing to have, because by equipping a wide lens, we can mitigate that 5% miss chance, and 100 base power fighting move is pretty decent. Now, if only it learned Synthesis. I wonder if we'll ever have a chance to use Camouflage. Could wind up being helpful, but I'm not really sure because... yeah, in the Elite Four, it would just make us a pure normal type, which eliminates a lot of the benefit to having Deer on the team, since Deer gives us the chance to have a secondary typing. Okay. Now back to focusing on the game. We need to head into cold storage. So I think this guy right out here is the only battle that we're going to be forced to have. He has a Pansage and a Timber. So I think we're going to keep this simple. Oh, apparently that wasn't a battle. Maybe it's the dude over this way? Sadly, we can't catch Vanillite. So yeah, this is the last place that we could have tried for a Minccino for a while, had we not gotten one of the ones that was in the previous couple of areas to be Technician. Still, scouting abilities is a handy option to have. So I think that guy back there by the dark grass was actually the one that wanted to battle. So I think here we're just gonna talk to Charon. Okay, now for the somewhat difficult part of this. Well, I guess not that difficult. We need to clear through some random workers and then some Team Plasma grunts here in cold storage. Luckily, we can avoid most of the trainers in here. So we're going to do a pass-through. Hey, there's the TM for Scald. I don't think a single Pokemon that we get access to can learn it. So yeah, this is the one guy who we definitely can't dodge. Well, who we almost certainly can't dodge. The rest of them we can. Now this right here is probably the trickiest one to remember to dodge, because if you come up the wrong side of the stairs, he just catches you. He just does. And the only other useful item in this area is in the section with the Team Plasma people, so we don't have to risk this Turner. Okay. Didn't take any damage there. So the question just becomes whether we need to play around anything in particular while clearing this. So the challenge here is that we're about to be thrown into a bit of a gauntlet where we have to face 4 different Team Plasma Grunts. I think we get a break between each battle so that we can reorganize our team and such. Yes, an ether and a protein. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to chat for a minute there. We'll probably want dig on something. Because there is a poison type that shows up at one point. I think we're good to go in. It's not that hard of a gauntlet. Weirdly enough, the hardest part about it is usually just managing experience, which is why I'm going to try to avoid using dog at any point during it, if I can avoid it. Because otherwise, we might have issues with dog over-leveling. Okay, so I think I learned from the previous time that the order there, from running through this in my fighting monologue, is that they're listed from this side to this side. I think. Either way, the 2 on either end have 2 Pokemon apiece. Okay, I was right. Now we're going to make a quick switch to Sheepin back to shake off that Intimidate. And hopefully with it being taunted and Sheep being in, it might go for Sandtune, which would give us a completely free switch back in. I can't recall how long it takes for Taunt to wear off. Okay, I was right there. Yep. And rather than messing around with Taunt, I think we're just going to go ahead and use Return. This might be a one-shot without the attack drop. Yeah, okay. And we can taunt this thing to keep it from using Hypnosis or Confuse Ray, which pretty much makes it a non-threat. The only thing it can do that'll cause significant damage is Crunch, which apparently it's going for. Sure, why not? I really don't know why it was going for Crunch, but... Okay. This person is the weakest one. She only has a Trubbish, who could hypothetically become a problem with Stockpile to buff defenses and Sludge to spread around poison. But if we take away one of those things, say by using Taunt, it becomes much less of an issue. I don't understand their move choices at all. Like, there's no reason this thing should be going for Double Slap here. It's the worst move it had access to by a good margin. Even with a 5-hit, it's less damage than Sludge. Anyway. Should be a one-shot. I'm curious, did Stench have the chance to cause flinching in this generation? Looks like it did. I don't know, maybe they were flinching, or they were fishing for flinches. Maybe they were flinching for fishes. Okay, we're gonna put Return on Meerkat in place of Dig this time now. Just because we don't really want Dig on there all the time. It's either Return or Thunder Wave generally. I just don't want to make room in Dog's moveset for Dig. Also, again, trying to minimize how much XP gets onto Dog. Okay, so this person has a Liepard. Which means y'all have already seen this story. Turn 1 doesn't really matter. Oh, it didn't go for Fake Out. Is it going for Torment? It's going for Torment. Alright. Hey, that works too. I just needed something to Encore it into. Anything other than Fury Swipes or Pursuit was gonna make it a whole lot less threatening. We are going to go ahead and encore again. Luckily, we can just keep this up as long as it takes to hit one more Tail Slap. Tail Slap is only 85% accurate, but I haven't replaced it because it is hypothetically a lot stronger than Return. And there might come a point where we want that, where we're prepared to take that risk. I kind of doubt it, but it's worth seeing. Good chinchilla. Okay, and for the last one... No, I don't think I'll lead Deer. That feels reckless with Deer. Well... yeah, I'll keep it simple here. We're gonna lead with Bird. Most of our team should be fine taking on the Watchog. I'm more worried about the Scraggy in the back, because fighting types are dangerous. Taunt. And between a Violite and taking neutral damage from Brick Break, I don't think there's any chance that Scraggy one-shots us here. Which means we can guarantee the two-shot with Return if we needed it, but it doesn't look like we did. Scraggy isn't that bulky at this stage of the game, but it does hit harder than you'd think. Oh my gosh, I don't want to watch this. That cutscene is so long. Honestly, Charon calling them a waste of oxygen might be one of the most intense insults in the entire Pokemon series. Like, for once they just decided, you know what, let's go for a serious insult here. Okay, so that's called storage. Next are Clay's gym trainers. And those guys are surprisingly dangerous, if I'm real with y'all here. Like, there are some seriously dangerous enemies in his gym. Luckily, I think we can avoid most of them. But there are definitely some that we can't. So part of this is just going to be dealing with them quickly and efficiently. For example, we're going to go ahead and drop Thunder Wave on Sheep because it affects literally nothing in that entire gym. And we're going to give her a Grass Gem. And that right there should be enough to deal with the first problematic Pokemon in this gym. Wrong way. We'll also want to be a little bit careful with how we handle the gym puzzle because it's possible to get forced into battles that are otherwise optional and that I would like to avoid if at all possible. At least they didn't do an entire cutscene of those guys walking off the screen as well. I love how Charon really just says, instead of challenging the gym right now, I'm going to go train because I don't want to risk losing to this guy. So yeah, there's some clever pathing in this gym that you have to go through in order to clear it. Anyway, we're gonna lead Sheep. Sorry, I'm just checking a quick detail. So Palpitoad weighs 17 kg. Yeah, that's why Grass Knot doesn't do as well as you'd think, given its quad effective. Palpitoad... so Grass Knot is a Grass-type move that's based on the weight of the target Pokemon. And Palpitoad doesn't weigh enough to get the base power above 40. Which means even though you're dealing 4 times damage, it's like a quad effective scratch. Which, yes, it'll do a good chunk of water, but not that much. Of course, it hit the 85% accurate move and got the accuracy drop for itself. Luckily, we can pivot back and forth between sheep and deer for a while until it misses a move. Or, I just realized deer has feint attack. Deer has a move that can't miss, and I'm reasonably confident that it can outspeed Palpitoad. Also, the level difference between Clay and his gym trainers is a lot smaller than it is in most games, or in most gyms. Luckily, this thing isn't that threatening until it gets set up with Hone Claws, but by just going all in and attacking, we can avoid that being an issue. We don't really have a great way of hitting... Yeah, I like Drillbur. We don't really have a great way of hitting ground types for super effective damage outside of just teaching one of our not very special attacky Pokemon Grass Knot. So we don't have the TM for Surf yet. We don't have any Ice type coverage. Defensively, we're pretty well set up, but offensively, it's easy to mess up and take some unnecessary damage. I don't think they say that, Lastborn. So the next gym trainer, at least the next one I think we're going to hit, is weirdly important, and I'll explain why in a sec. But first we have to pass out some berries. I think Meerkat is already holding one. Yeah, okay. And yes, I did just kind of go nuts with the person berries here. So, I want y'all to notice something real quick. Take a look at this elevator that we're on and the next one we get access to. If we went onto this elevator and sent it up, not only would it put us in a dead end, but it would force us to walk in front of that guy in order to get out. Now, there is a way to avoid that. If we were to send it up and then walk down and get back on here, the next level up, we could do that. But it's that kind of tricky little maze that makes this area a bit difficult to route. You gotta think about what you're going to do with the elevators before you use them. Anyway, I'm hoping that this is the guy with the Krokorok that I'm seeing. Looks like it is. Alright folks, it's time to learn how the AI is making its decisions. Because this exact situation is how we're going to start the battle with Clay. Krokorok on Herdier. Both of them get off and Intimidate. Now, this thing has a slightly different moveset from Clay's, but I think we can use it for some learning. And our first move is going to be switching into Burb. And that's going to be how we start the Clay battle as well. Because Burb is carrying a Violite, giving it a buff to its defenses. Okay, so we prioritized Embargo first. So rather than risk a dangerous hit now that our Eviolite is turned off, we're gonna go into Sheep. Took a hit to our defense, but we can definitely afford to stay in for a turn and hit. Okay, so it seems to like going for Embargo against us. Is it cheating? Does it know that we're packing a Personberry? See, what we're trying to do here is figure out what it's going to take to convince this thing to go for Swagger. Okay, it went for Swagger there. Because... oh, hang on. Seems to be hard focusing the... it seems to be hard focusing on the Embargo, which means we might need... to burn through the Embargo PP. Could have to encore it into that. So it's only 15 PP on Embargo. Real quick, we're gonna switch Chinchilla in. Okay, now he wants to go for Mud Slap. We can force him to stop going for that. Sorry, I'm just trying to get a feel for what this thing is going to choose to do. Once we know that, it's less of an issue. Huh. Okay, we've been embargoed. I'm gonna test if he's going for swagger here. No. So obviously we could finish this at literally any point. Now he goes for swagger. Okay, we're gonna switch into Chinchilla. He used Embargo, we can Encore him into that and start burning through that. Because I'm getting kind of sick of that move, and that's it. So there's a similarly problematic move that Clay's Krokorok can use. So we need to be ready for this. That should be the end of another Encore. Well, the end of an Encore. I'm trying to pay attention to if Encore ends. I'm just going for non-damaging moves here. So in this generation, I'm pretty sure Encore lasts exactly 3 turns. Okay, so notice how his Encore ended after just 1 turn there? That means that he can no longer use Encore. Or he can no longer use Embargo. So I'm going to make a gamble and say that he's not going for direct damage with his attack nerfed so hard. Which means he'll either go for Mud Slap or Swagger. Really? Crunch, huh? I'm starting to get suspicious that he knows what item I've got. Because if that's the case, then he might not go for Swagger against a Pokemon that has a Person Berry. Alright, this is the last test that we're going to do, because we're starting to risk crits, I think. But there's no way he's going for Mud Slap, which means it's either Crunch or Swagger. Jeez, he really doesn't want to give us that Swagger. Alright, we'll go into Deer to finish this up. Actually, I'm questioning if Deer gets the one-shot here, and I don't want to risk a crit. Back to Burb. I'm trying to remember, when do we get the TM for Roar? Route 10, so right before the Elite Four. You know what? We will go ahead and learn Roar in place of... I think in place of Workup for the moment. I wouldn't mind replacing Odor Sleuth, because I don't think we hit any more evasion spammers anytime soon, but... I think everything in my team except maybe Meerkat participated in that battle. And Meerkat could have. Wait, no, he did. He did at one point, I remember vaguely. Sorry, I gotta find something. There you are. Torment has the same PP, so if we have to, we can also stall Clay's Krokorok out of Torment. He seems really hesitant to go for Swagger on us, which part of my strat is to let Clay Swagger us to give us that +2 attack boost while we have a Person Berry equipped. If we can switch Dog in on a Swagger, then he should be able to outspeed and one-shot Clay's entire team. That's the strat that I'm operating on because I don't want to have to evolve Chinchilla right away. Chinchilla can learn a move at the level cap to deal with that, to deal with Clay's more problematic Pokemon, but I don't want to have to evolve him her just yet. I can't remember. Is Chinchilla a boy or a girl? Chinchilla is a girl. So the lads on our team are Dog, Deer, and Meerkat. The ladies are Sheep, Bird, and Chinchilla. Thank you for the stand, Rafkin. So... we go down here... and you notice that if we go down and then take the elevator to our right, it just locks us in with another optional person, Doesn't take us anywhere that we need to go. This one will take us up 2 levels, I think. Yep. Okay. And then the way to the gym leader is just past this. Is just to take that elevator to our right. Which means the last person that we have to defeat is Clerk Katie with a level 29 drill burr. And luckily, we're not playing fire in terms of the level cap at this point, so I'm just gonna lead Dog. And give him a normal gem, I think. And it should be a quick and dirty one-shot. It's nice being able to just freely use gems in this. Having to farm them manually is so painful. Also, I want this noted. This cone right here suggests to me that Clay is the one responsible for the cones all over the world that are blocking off our access to post-game content. Because there are a bunch of those cones in the world. And the only one we have an explanation for is the one in Clay's gym. Okay, we've cleared the path to Clay. There are a couple other... Oops. There are a couple other things that I'd kind of like to do before fighting him. Among them, we're gonna go and grab the expert belt. I have a Pokemon... Oh, Dog is only level 29. Okay. So we're going to do something just a little bit dangerous here. We're going to do some exploring on Route 6. Because there are a couple of items and such that we can get a hold of there that might be handy. Thank you for the hydrate, Lastborn. Luckily, I believe we have plenty of repels, which is the main thing that you want if you're going to try and pass through Route 6 safely. Because there really aren't many turners on Route 6. Which means, as long as we can, like, random turners, the trainers don't turn around randomly, they either have cycles, except for this guy. This guy and one other person are random turners, and because of that, we're going to deal with them with extreme prejudice. What's this guy packing? Okay, his Deerling is also level 27, so we're not going to mess with that. Alright, same strat. Yeah, so we're not going to risk getting caught unprepared with this guy and the next person. We're just gonna encounter them deliberately. And then we're going to attack with extreme prejudice. Luckily for us in this moment, Deerling aren't very durable. Yeah, so there are a couple of things just on the other side of that fence that we can't get to quite yet. Also, fun little location here. We can talk to these people. And one of them... This guy wants to see different forms of Deerling. And if I did some manipulation with the date, I could get these guys to gift me a Deerling. But it's not really necessary. Hello. Once we've dealt with these people, we'll have dealt with the only random elements in this route. The others we can just maneuver around intelligently. I know expecting myself to do something intelligently is a bit of a tall order here, but I'm gonna try. So, as you can see, the person down there to the left is turning on a cycle. So as long as we are repelling as we go through the grass, and we don't run, she won't catch us. And we got the stone to evolve Minccino if we want to. We don't want to yet. And this right here is the reason we can't just go on. We have to beat Clay in order to get through that. Oh, I never got that item. Hang on. I don't think it's important, but why not? One of the things that's very important on this route is not to run, because a lot of people that turn on a cycle will also suddenly turn around if you're running past them. Which means it's very easy to make a dumb mistake and get caught and wind up in a battle that you're not planning on. But if you take your time with it, it's perfectly safe. Now with that, we've gotten everything from that route that we can. So I think we're good to make our final preparations for the gym battle. Alright. So, obviously I'm going to be cheating a fair bit when I do this. But there will be some legitimate stuff. So let's just go through the team one by one. So Deer is going to learn a move at level 28, so I'm just going to push him to the edge of level 28, and then we'll go into a battle. And then do the rest of the level adjustment afterward. Chinchilla doesn't learn anything until level 31, which is the level cap, so I'm just gonna push her right to the edge of level 31. Same deal as before. Burb isn't going to learn anything. So we can bump Burb all the way to level 31. Dog isn't going to learn anything, and we're going to go ahead and push Dog to the very edge of the level cap. Because we want Dog to gain a level in the battle. Oh, that's a stupid idea, and I love it. Okay, so Meerkat is only going to be pushed to level 28 for the moment. On the edge of level 29. Because Meerkat learns something at level 29 that I think might be the key to the 8th gym. I just realized this is a thing. I had never even considered that possibility, but that may be one of the best ideas I've ever come up with in a matter of moments. And then for Sheep, Sheep does learn Takedown at level 30, but that's just an all-around downgrade to Return, so we're gonna skip past that and just bump Sheep on up to level 31. And now, first of all, we're going to change up who's in the lead, because I definitely don't want Dog in the lead for the moment in case we accidentally run into a battle that I have to complete. And we're going to zoom. We're going to zoom slightly less here, and I'm really tempted to... just not bother avoiding these guys and just clear out what's in the way. But at the same time, after this gym we get access to the HM for Fly. Which means soon we'll never have to deal with them again. And I think it would save a small enough amount of time that it doesn't really matter. There we go. Oh, I've gone blurry. Probably didn't need to go this far back to do our leveling now that I think about it, but... oh well. How's my Pokédex looking? Up to 50 yet? 48. Alright, now we just cycle through everything that we want to level up in a moment here. Our party gains some EXP. Chinchilla learns Wake Up Slap. And for that one, I'm trying to decide what to replace, because ideally I would replace something that we can relearn after evolution if we want to evolve at some point soon. Which would be either Tickle or Tail Slap. And I think between the two, because of what we're about to face, I want to forget Tail Slap. I know that's a bit of a strange choice to get rid of such a strong attacking move, but Chinchilla has Technician, which means Wake Up Slap gets a 50% power boost regardless. Absolutely, forget a move to learn Psych Up. We'll go ahead and drop Return. And I don't know why I bothered doing this for Deer, because I have no intention of having Deer learn Aromatherapy. It's not really gonna come up at any point in the immediate future, and everything that's in his moveset is more useful. There is a single battle coming up where Aromatherapy might come in handy, but at the same time I think we can avoid it. I think we can avoid having that issue turn into a problem with some careful setup. And with that, it's time to head back. I absolutely shouldn't have bothered going all the way back here for this. And if this looks hard to control, that's because it is. I'm kind of just bouncing off of walls most of the time. Trying to hopefully land in the right spot. You notice how difficult it is anytime I want to make a precise movement. Like, I always try to line up with the middle of Sky Arrow Bridge, because if I don't, I'm going to run into people on the way across. Here, we'll take it chill on the way back. I gotta be honest, I've been going kinda slow here. Like, just with the stream in general, I think I've been overthinking stuff and trying to over-explain. You know, one weird thing I've learned from spending far too much time on Driftveil Drawbridge is that occasionally you'll hear the sound of a helicopter passing overhead. Just randomly sprinkled in the soundtrack. Go ahead, get in one more quick save. And update our remaining team members to the right levels. So, that means level 31 for Meerkat. Level 31 for Deer. And the rest are already there. There's one thing that I want to check. Dog does evolve at level 32. Okay, I think those are on evolution moves, not at level 32 moves. Or maybe they're strictly through the move reminder. You know, one interesting move that we could hold out for is reversal. I'm trying to think through some options here. Well, nothing left to do but the fight, I guess. You know what? Y'all don't really get the chance to see the... Oh my gosh, I've gone blurry again. Y'all don't really get the chance to see the opening cutscene, and I need to use the bathroom, so I'm going to let you sit here and try to figure out what the story of Pokemon Black and White is. Enjoy. I'll be back in a minute. Okie doke. I'm back. Crick in my neck? No, not really. Just needed to pop it. And we are ready to take on the gym leader. Alright, let's get our items sorted. Actually, we want a person berry on Chinchilla. Most of these we don't really want a person berry, because he does seem to be reading their presence or something. At least the last guy was. So, certain things that we're definitely going to have, though. Dog is going to have a person berry, and we're going to teach him the move Dig. Because it's our strongest option into the Excadrill in the back. Which he should be able to outspeed, assuming it isn't plus speed nature and very high IVs. And even if it is, it shouldn't be able to one-shot him without a crit, and it tends to set up on turn 1 from what I recall. So as long as we can get him in against that thing at +2 attack, we're golden. I don't know if we want to teach Dig to Meerkat as well. We don't really have a great place in the moveset for it. We would have to replace Crunch. Or Super Fang, I guess. But Super Fang gives us some utility that we just don't find anywhere else. I'd rather keep it around. We could also learn Hypnosis. We could also get rid of Hypnosis. I think I said learn. So I'll give the wide lens to Meerkat. We do want the person berry on Chinchilla. For Deer, I think we just want a Citrus Berry. Because if Deer does anything, it's probably going to be switching in to try to use Leech Seed and chip away at the enemy team. With Audino, I'm torn a few ways, because Citrus Berry could be nice, so could Person Berry, but then we've also got Grass Gem, and Rocky Helmet, and all of those have their merits. I'm leaning away from Rocky Helmet just because with Rocky Helmet, Audino has a much more difficult time not accidentally killing Krokorok while we try and fish for a swagger. I think I'll play it safe and go with Citrus Berry. So, we got Dog here, who will go in at the front to get off and Intimidate, and then we'll switch him out and try setting up a situation where he can come in on a Swagger. If we can make that happen, then we're in business. In order to help make that happen, we've got Reflect on Audino to give us some pivoting opportunities. We've got Burb, who can switch in and discourage ground-type moves. And potentially even Taunt to help stall out Crunch if we absolutely need to. We've got Deer, who hopefully won't need to come in at all, but if he does come in at some point, it's probably just going to be to try and get off a Leech Seed on, say, a predicted Torment. Or in the late game when Palpitoad comes out. I wouldn't mind shutting that thing down with Deer as well if we can. Though that's wishful thinking since Deer doesn't have a Grass-type stab move yet. Meerkat has a few utility options, but is mainly just there for pivoting and soaking up some damage. And potentially, Hypnosis Hail Mary if things get dicey, which I've done everything in my power to avoid that being an issue. Chinchilla is there to spread Charm and Tickle and use Encore to stall Krokorok out of Torment if needed, or to lock Krokorok into Swagger. Either of those is perfectly good. And that's why Chinchilla has the Personberry. I gotta say, we're already in a better spot at this point of the game than I was in my original playthrough of this run. Because at this point, in the original run, I had already managed to lose both Meerkat to sacking it in a slightly dangerous situation back in like the second gym, and Chinchilla to a random trainer battle that I accidentally got into. So, let's take on Clay. We will be getting a pretty decent move from this battle, because I think an okay number of our teammates can learn Bulldoze, but I could be completely misremembering that. It's entirely possible that none of them can learn Bulldoze. I'm just gonna drop a save because, well, I'm paranoid and it's a response that's been trained into me through years of playing Pokemon games. Back before I did Nuzlocks. One thing that I'm somewhat depending on is that Clay will have a habit of going for Bulldoze against certain Pokemon on my team. In fact, I think I'm going to try to keep track of... I wonder why it's not showing Krokorok's Intimidate activating, because Cerebi is quite clear that it has Intimidate, and I'm pretty sure I verified that with Bulbapedia. No. Okay, so this thing has Moxie, not Intimidate. I was guessing it would have Intimidate. Well, I wasn't even guessing. Cerebi said it would. It's just wrong. Doesn't make a difference given our strategy, but it could have. Had it been able to make a difference, I think I would have made sure to play around it, but all we need to do is not let Krokorok get a kill, which is already something I was planning on. So he did go for Bulldoze, which I believe he was guaranteed to because we outspeed. Now the question becomes, will he go for Crunch against Burb, or will he go for Torment or Swagger? He went for Swagger. Now, it's unlikely that he goes for Bulldoze here because he should be faster than... He should be faster than Sheep already. So to scout the field, I'm going to go into Meerkat this time. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to get up a Reflect. Okay, went for Torment. And I think we should be faster. So we'll go into Burb to dodge the Bulldoze. Oh wait, no, we wouldn't be faster. Because we're pretty uninvested. Still, he does seem pretty trigger happy on that Swagger, which is good for us. So now we're going to try to set up a Reflect. He does go for Swagger, which will confuse us, and because it gives us that attack boost, Confusion will probably do a lot of damage if we hit ourselves, but that's why we're using Audino here. Uninvested in attack, and well, mostly uninvested in attack. Okay, we bring in Meerkat. And now I'm going to play things a little bit more risky. I think I'm going to gamble on the guess that he goes for a swagger here. Hey, I was right. Now we click Encore. Thank you for the hydrate, Lastborn. Now that he's locked into Swagger, we can guarantee that we switch in on a Swagger. Which will give Dog +2 attack, which should be enough to one-shot everything in the back, assuming we safely outspeed the Excadrill, which we should because he's fully invested in speed. We are. Dog is. All we gotta do is hit return. Should be a clean one-shot. How many members of our team did we use there? 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 6 Pokemon on our team switched in at one point or another. This should also be a solid one-shot. And that was one that I had to check, because if the Palpitoad came in and we didn't get the one-shot, it could have hit us with Muddy Water, which could lower our accuracy, and then it's just playing with fire. And we outspeed. Nice. Alright. Gym badge handled. Who needs setup when you can just get your opponent to set up for you? And with that, the question becomes whether we want to evolve Dog right away. Because we definitely have that option, but Eviolite does give us some... There is some benefit to not evolving Dog quite yet and allowing him to keep using Eviolite. That said, I honestly think that it should be fine. I want Dog fully evolved anyway. Having a little bit less demand for Eviolite would be helpful, and the speed boost that Dog is going to get along with the attack boost are both very handy. And it gives us an excuse to stick Rocky Helmet on him a good bit, because that will help him throw... That'll help him punish physical attacks even better. Alright, now he skips out on giving us the TM for the moment. But we've already shown that we can make it through Route 6 without any more battles, so that shouldn't be an issue. And look at that. His people removed a cone, which means he is the one stopping us from reaching post-game areas. The jerk. What if I want to go and catch a Jigglypuff, Clay? So what if it's over the level cap? Let me go into the dark grass in the Dream Yard and get absolutely bodied by the level 50 wild Pokemon in there. No, it's probably for the best. It just bothers me that all that's between me and post-game content is a traffic cone. That annoys me to no end. Okay, it looks like we didn't learn Ice Fang, Fire Fang, or Thunder Fang on the level up. On evolution, which means they're only available through the move reminder. But I don't know if we would have been prepared to fit any of them into our move pool. I guess we would have, because, well, we have Dig in there right now, and we don't really need it. Let's start looking at the next challenge in the run. And the next challenge is a strange one. It is what might be one of the hardest Bianca battles in the game. But I think we might be able to cheese it a little bit. You know, just a smidge. And by that I mean heavily abuse the opponent's AI. Alright, let's give our dog his helmet, because that's gonna kind of be his signature item for the rest of the run, most likely. Sheep. I'm thinking lights. Well, we can probably fit both Reflect and Light Screen in your moveset. Now. Alright, where's Light Screen? Or we could fit Thunder Wave in there and pick and choose between the two of them. Or we could drop Return on you and make you fully defensive for this fight, which I think is what we're going to do. Except I'm already regretting that, so we're going to put Return back on you. Sorry, there's exactly one problem Pokemon in Bianca's team. It's her Musharna. Everything else is kind of easy to deal with. But if we get really bad luck with Musharna, then we're in trouble. And for that purpose, I want an attacking move on Sheep in case I get desperate and need to fish for a crit. Which, again, gonna do everything in my power to avoid having to do. but we'll see. And we're going to give sheep a Chesto Berry. In fact, a couple of our Pokemon are going to get Chesto Berries. Except... no. Chesto Berry for deer. Citrus Berry for Chinchilla. That should be good on items. Let's check moves. We got Dog. Yep, gotta distribute the Chesto Berries. Don't want our team getting too eepy. Yeah, Violet on Burb is probably going to be a staple, because I'd like to avoid evolving her for a while if I can. Especially since right now the biggest benefit that we get from having a flying type is some extra defense. And Burb isn't exactly a durable Pokemon, so I'd like to have that extra bulk locked in there. Yeah, that moveset should be fine for Deer. The only one that I'm really likely to try even try using is Leech Seed. Wait, what did I have on Meerkat again? Right. All of those would require the move reminder to replace, so we're trying to keep those around. Oh, welcome to the stream, Bork Nugget. Heck of a name. I'm doing a Pokemon White hardcore Nuzlocke. Oh wait, you've been here before. We are just about to face the Bianca fight that comes after Clay. Well, it's just you're not showing up with the first message thing, so I'm guessing you've been here before. If you haven't, then welcome. But yeah, we've just cleared Clay. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not good with names, so... If you don't remember being here before, and I don't know for sure, who knows, really, at this point. Alright, Dog has gotten his Intimidate off. And now, for a really dumb strat. We go into Chinchilla, and if I know the AI, they're gonna go for Workup to offset those Intimidate drops. Oh, Bianca, you shouldn't have done that. So we're about to be introduced to one of the funniest cheese strats in this game, which is the AI won't go for a boosting move if one of the stats it increases is already maxed out. And because Workup is boosting special attack, we can just sit here and start clicking Charm. As Herdier keeps putting up its special attack with Workup while its attack doesn't go anywhere. Hey, we are letting it fully boost special attack. And if Bianca had bothered to teach it a single special move, we would be screwed right now. So it's at max special attack right now. We are going to keep clicking Charm. I think just one more time is all it'll take for its Encore to end. So it's used Workup 7 times. And its attack was cut once by Intimidate, and 4 times by Charm. So it should be at -2 attack. Make that -3. Obviously, we're vulnerable to crits here, but this thing can't really do much to us even then. We're actually going to do something else real quick. I replaced Reflect. What am I doing? You know what, it's fine. I can get off a Thunder Wave against it. Yeah, there is a better strat here than what I was about to go for. I was about to just start setting up, but the smart move here is to paralyze it to cut down its chances of attacking. And then bring in Deer to get off a Leech Seed. Any chance you want to be full parried? Thank you for obliging me, Herdier. Alright, now we can bring in Dog. Herdier should take a good chunk of chip damage from its own takedown, and Leech Seed, and Rocky Helmet. In fact, I'm starting to question if I even should have had Rocky Helmet attached here. Because I want Bianca to heal, so that we have time to set up. I forgot to teach a setup move. Alright, guess we're winging it. I didn't teach anyone a setup move, didn't I? Oh, absolutely, Bork Nugget. I spent like 3 months routing an Elden Ring challenge run without moving, before I realized someone else had already done it. Alright, let's not keep Dog in here after that mistake. Alright, we're winging it because I'm stupid and managed to not teach my Pokemon a setup move. Ice Age Pokemon Society. That would be interesting. Okay, so it's gonna die to Leech Seed here. Luckily... So... For some backstory, Bork Nugget, I attempted this run like 3 years ago. Not even exaggerating, it was like 3 years ago that I first attempted this run. I made it all the way to the final fight and wiped. So I'm returning to the site of my greatest defeat, but I'm trying to play it smarter. Okay, first things first. We're pivoting in Dog. I want to get the Intimidate off. Okay. It's going for Water Pulse. Now it's probably going for Revenge, because that should be its strongest move against us here. So back to Burb. Why are you just spamming Water Pulse? I need to figure out what this AI is thinking. Okay, it's thinking that Water Pulse is its preferred move right now. That gives me a semi-safe switch into Sheep, who also shouldn't have too much to worry about from Revenge, since she won't be attacking. First things first, Light Screen. Please use it through confusion. Don't hit yourself, please, Sheep. Great. Alright, I have to pivot. I think I'll go into Meerkat. Try and get off a Hypnosis. That would give me a couple of turns to maneuver. The unfortunate thing is that a lot of my Pokemon are slow. Slower than this thing. Oh, how am I faster? For the record, Meerkat is completely uninvested in speed because I wanted to save him for slow baton passes later on. Alright. With that, I think we're somewhat safe to go for Deer. I wonder if it's spamming that... I wonder if it's spamming Water Pulse because it got hit by Intimidate, so Water Pulse is the strongest move it has now. Except, when Water Pulse is resisted, it should be able to take... No! Well, we just lost half of our type coverage. I should have been smarter than that. I could have seen that coming. How did I manage to mess up setup strats? Encore setup strats. So this is what I was trying to get to. I didn't want to push Duat into torrent range, so I wanted to use entrainment to take away its torrent ability. Okay, Bianca should heal here. Which means I should have a safe switch into Burb. I'm not even exaggerating. Sawsbuck was one of the best encounters that we get in this entire run in terms of just straightforward offense and speed. Gotta love how seconds before that I figured out exactly why the AI was spamming Water Pulse. And then I proceeded to ignore that when thinking through what it would go for next. I'm gonna taunt this thing so that it can't start spamming Yawn. Called it. I'm gonna go for quick attack because I didn't want to put it into blaze range, but I did. If it had crit right there, I would have just lost. This thing also loves to spam status. Yep. Roost up. Its only attacking move is Psybeam. It does have 20 power points, so we probably don't want to switch it out, or stall it out. But it gives us a pretty safe switch into Sheep. Of course, Sheep is probably going to get confused again, because, you know, she's only been confused twice by a 20% chance this match. Set up a light screen. And a Thunder Wave. And now we just start plugging away. Here's the thing, it isn't that dangerous. We have enough to fall back on that we can kind of just fish for a crit here. Well, I mean, we can't really because they're using Lucky Chant, but again, not really that dangerous. And if they choose not to go for Lucky Chant for some reason, then we can still fish for a crit. And obviously I could go into one of my Pokemon with Crunch, but both Meerkat and Dog have low special defense, especially compared to Sheep, who is just a tank. Well, folks, I think that's where we're gonna call it, because it's 10:30, and I would like some time to reset after stupidly getting one of our best Pokemon killed. So stupid. All I had to do was replace Dig with Workup. The number of times I checked crap for Clay's Gym when I was already ready. And this time around, I didn't bother to check that one of the, like, 3 moves I needed to win that battle was on my Pokemon. Well, if there's a consolation, I guess it's just that I don't think we really needed a bunch of grass coverage again until like, the Elite Four. But it will make it harder to pivot around Charon's Panpour. And future battles with Bianca and her Duat. And there are a couple of Pokemon on N's team that Deer would have matched up with really well. But you know what? Let's just try not to worry about it. This is our team. This is who we have left. And I am not restarting the run. Even though it's going to be until, like, Victory Road before we get to refill that move slot. Or that team slot. Thank you for the hydrate, Lastborn. And Borkanugget, if you're still here, I'm kind of sorry that you came in right before the end of the stream, but welcome. Thanks everyone for being here. We did manage to clear Clay. There are only 3 badges left, and then the Elite Four. And I don't think there's too much story in what's left of the game either. I think we just kind of plow through. Maybe something in Dragon Spiral. But if we can keep this attempt together, we have a decent shot at going all the way to the Elite Four. And then we'll have to see what we can put together without the support of Deer on the team. But thanks everyone for being here. We'll get to figuring that out next time. I appreciate y'all. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. Later, folks. So long. Peace out. Have a good one. Bye.